right now on 5 on your side at 10.
More snow tonight, but how much will we actually see by the time the sun comes up?
The struggle to serve the unhoused following the winter storm.
There is a huge challenge in our city, and we need more space.
Plus, remembering a St. Louis football legend. One day after his death, Demetrius Johnson's family already working to continue his legacy. Well, check that out. The slopes at Hidden Valley are open again. Ski lovers taken to Hidden Valley for opening day this Christmas. The Wildwood Ski Resort will be open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. Now, tubing isn't ready just yet, but they'll announce soon when it will be. Good evening to you and Merry Christmas. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'm Brent Solomon. We are in weather alert on this Christmas night. Just days after that Arctic blast, more snow is expected. Meteorologist Tracy Henson is tracking that and much more in your Weather First forecast. Tracy.
Brent, it's actually pretty impressive just how fast this system has come across. You know, earlier this morning it was in the Dakotas and now it is sweeping through. This is going to come by very fast, which is why it's called a clipper system. This snow is impacting St. Louis right now. You can see we do have some patches of some pretty decent snowfall, but this is going to move through very quickly, so we're not going to get a whole lot. But if you are out and about driving tonight, you will come across that snowfall, and tomorrow morning you might see it as well. Right now, it's either snow or fog that's impacting our view of the arch. We're looking at 22 degrees. It feels like 14 outside. Winds are out of the southwest at just about 6 miles per hour. And over the next 12 hours here, we will have that snowfall with us, as you can see, wrapping up a little bit by 1 a.m. and then it picks back up again tomorrow. Kind of a little second hurrah here, if you will. 30 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Coming up, I'll outline the warming 7-day forecast.
And we will see you then. Thank you. Well, just days after last week's frigid temperatures, more warming shelters are opening all across the bi-state. And that provided several groups across our area with an opportunity to help others on Christmas Day. Here's Mercedes McKay.
Merry Christmas, man.
Inside the St. James Bible Church on December 25th, 40 cots covered the floor. Each of them a temporary home for someone.
As we know, there is a huge challenge in our city, and we need more space.
As the freezing temperatures continued through Christmas Day, more people were searching for somewhere warm. Thankfully, Bishop Michael Robinson with City Hope St. Louis was able to open 2 new shelters just weeks ago.
Pretty much since we opened these sites, they have been full.
Robinson says the need has been so great, they even added more beds days into opening the doors.
Being able to open these up right before this winter freeze came through meant everything.
From warm beds to a hot meal.
I'm trying to find that pie scoop.
Volunteers at the St. Patrick's Center cut pie slice after pie slice to make sure everyone in the community was fed.
This is their meal. This is their one meal of the day that they can count on.
Just like the need for shelter has increased, so is the need for food.
This last year, the St. Patrick's Center served over 1,000 more people than they've served in previous years.
For many working in the kitchen on Christmas Day, serving is a family tradition. But it's much more than just slicing bread.
Some of them are like overlooked a lot, and I think they need to know that they have value and worth.
And this holiday meal seems to be a gift for both the receiver and the giver.
It's just a real benefit, not just to them, but to me. I feel good going home knowing that I've helped somebody else on this day.
In St. Louis, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
City Hope St. Louis's warming shelters are open 24/7 through March. We have more info on those shelters and how you can even donate at ksdk.com. Well, an area church is also working to care for the unhoused community. New Life Evangelistic Center hosted an outdoor Christmas celebration and a giveaway downtown. Leaders there gave out free bus tickets, care kits, and items to stay warm in the cold. There was even food on hand. Organizers say this is the 50th year that they've done this, and they plan to keep that goodwill going. Well, they're calling it a Christmas miracle. Rosati Kane High School will remain open. The all-girls Catholic high school announced today it reached a multi-year lease agreement with the Archdiocese of St. Louis. The agreement will keep the all-girls Catholic high school open at its current location on Lindell Boulevard in St. Louis. You can find out more about this story right now on KSDK.com. Click on the As Seen on TV section. Tonight, the community continues to mourn the loss of a St. Louis football star. Demetrius Johnson was a community staple. The 61-year-old died yesterday following a heart-related condition. Johnson was a defensive back at the University of Missouri and later in the NFL. He helped countless St. Louis area families and athletes through his foundation. Well, known affectionately as DJ Johnson, he's being remembered for more than his athleticism. 5 on your side's Elise Shonet gives us a first look at how his legacy is already living on.
The Demetrius Johnson Foundation has been in St. Louis for over 30 years. This foundation bettered the lives of underprivileged children and families in the St. Louis area. Now, it hasn't even been a full day since he died, but today his friends and family were giving back to the community in his name.
My dad had the biggest heart.
Taylor Johnson spent Christmas without her dad, Demetrius Johnson, or DJ as they said, for the first time ever.
DJ reached out to me and kind of showed me the ropes of St. Louis.
But the St. Louis native was more than just an NFL star.
My dad really left a legacy and inspiration to always put giving back at the center of what we do.
On this Christmas morning, DJ's heart was celebrated most.
You think there might be something in here for you?
His family and friends carried on the annual Demetrius Johnson toy giveaway.
We're going out to provide toys, to provide different supplies to make Christmas amazing for these special families that have been selected.
And like DJ himself, this tradition has an even deeper meaning.
When he was a child, he had people who came in every Christmas Eve to support and provide gifts for him and his family.
Although DJ is gone, his love for helping others remains.
He really helped me understand about giving back.
Making this Christmas one DJ would have loved in St. Louis.
Merry Christmas!
I'm Elise Shonig, 5 on your side.
Johnson's daughter Taylor says they will keep her father's foundation alive. They plan to continue his Thanksgiving and Christmas traditions.
Old man Winter's back around.
Well, it's that holiday classic revamped. KSDK first introduced this holiday promo 30 years ago. In honor of its anniversary, we put together an in-depth look at the story behind the Jolly Jingle, including stories that even some of us who were here for the original shoot didn't know. It's streaming right now on the 5+ app, available for free on Roku and Fire TV. Well, tonight also begins the final day of Hanukkah. Families across the world are lighting the 8th candle tonight in celebration of the Jewish holiday. All 8 candles will burn as Hanukkah wraps up tomorrow. The menorah is usually placed in a doorway or a window, and typically the candles stay lit until they burn out.
Female athletes lifting more than just weights.
It was really just no thinking involved. It was just, she needs help, we gotta help her.
In tonight's Making a Difference, Mike Bush introduces us to female power lifters looking past the competition to support one another.
We know we're going to have snow tonight, but will we have a bonus round tomorrow afternoon? I'll outline the odds.
And tonight on Sports Plus, Frank Cusimano and Corey Miller take a look back at the biggest stories in sports, from the return of Albert to the debut of soccer at City Park. Plus, and frankly speaking, Frank makes the case for why St. Louis is a sports town. That and more coming up in about 20 minutes.
I'm Captain Steph Osborne, here to wish my family and friends from Lebanon, Missouri, happy holidays. A special shout out to my husband, Caleb, and my mom, dad, Alan, Jen, Karis, and Kendall. I love you, I miss you, and I'll be home soon.
Well, every year, the national spotlight shines on St. Louis at the annual Musial Awards. The nationally televised awards take place at the Stiefel Theater, honoring the best moments in sportsmanship from all across the country. Tonight, as we look back at our favorite stories of 2022, Mike Bush takes us to Mississippi to meet one of the Musial Award winners.
Bruce, Mississippi isn't really close to anything. But to those who live here, it's everything.
It's the kind of town where everybody knows everybody.
And around here, kindness is a source of strength. 16-year-old Diamond Campbell may very well be one of the strongest people in Bruce. She's been powerlifting since the 6th grade.
I had older friends who did powerlifting. They were like, it's a really cool experience. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna try it. And I loved it as soon as I started.
Powerlifting involves 3 exercises: squats, deadlifts, and bench press. In competition, you get 3 attempts for each exercise, and your highest total for each is added together for your final score.
She's just the powerhouse of our team right now. She loves to be the best, and you can tell that in her work ethic.
This past season, Diamond began with the end in mind. A trip to the state finals, where she would compete against the best of the best, like East Union High's Georgia Robertson.
It's one of those things that you can't do once a week, twice a week. You have to really be invested in it and do it every day.
For the first time ever, the entire Bruce team made the state finals. And after her first exercise of the championship, Diamond was feeling confident.
I remember sitting down, putting my headphones back on, because I thought I did, you know, great. And I could see nothing but like red lights, just red.
In powerlifting, referees flip on a white light after a good lift, but a red light when the lift doesn't count for some reason. Diamond's mom was watching from the grandstand.
And I kind of saw some commotion. I didn't really know what was going on. And as a parent, I saw her countenance drop.
Diamond's lift was disqualified, but not because there was something wrong with the exercise. It was disqualified because she had beads in her hair.
After she said you can't have the beads in, they say you can't have the beads in. They're gonna disqualify you if you don't get them out by the next lift. I started crying. I felt really hurt.
The judges let her get onto the platform with them in, let her do the lift, and then tell her that she's qualified, which was the wrong way to do it.
For years, there's been a rule preventing lifters from wearing certain types of headgear, but the rule banning beads was new, and Diamond has been adorning her hair with beads since she was a little girl.
It just adds a little more spark. I'm Diamond, and I'm always smiling and stuff, so I like to make people bling, you know, make them smile, feel good.
You know, hair beads and accessories are part of the African American culture.
The ethical debate could come later, but Diamond had to get the beads out of her hair to stay in the competition, and she had just minutes to do it.
If I was to take the beads out by myself, there was no way I would have been ready for my next lift.
So Diamond's coach and her teammates started helping.
I just start grabbing her hair and try to take the beads out.
But what happened next at these powerlifting championships lifted everybody inside the Mississippi Coliseum.
Next thing I know, I got like 8 people's hands in my head, and they were all just pulling them out.
Those people helping were girls from other schools, Diamond's competitors, all stepping in to take the beads out.
And I was like, well, that doesn't sound right, so we gotta fix that. So it was really just no thinking involved. It was just, she needs help, we gotta help her.
What's up, Georgia?
What's up, how are y'all?
I'm good, I'm good.
Weeks later, back in Bruce, Mississippi, a reunion of sorts. And Diamond got the chance to say thank you.
Are you competing against Diamond?
Yes.
Well, why would you want to help her?
Our coach always taught us that powerlifting as a team is a family.
You gotta give everybody the same opportunity that I've had. And I didn't have anything working against me when I went up to lift, so it wasn't fair for her to have that against her.
Diamond, who ended up in 4th in that state meet, is already training for next season, and she won't have to worry about her hair. Thanks to the efforts of these young women and the firestorm afterward, the rule banning beads has been removed.
What an incredible moment in my career to see girls that are helping other girls to be their best.
Women can help other women, and we can still help each other stand up and be great. You know, even when they do try to tear us down, we can pick each other up and we'll be fine.
All right.
The best exercise of all is lifting someone up. And in Mississippi, some young powerlifters showed that their greatest quality was strength of character. For Making a Difference, Mike Bush, 5 on Your Side.
All right, the Musil Awards will air on 5 on Your Side next month. More details as we get closer. It's time now to get your Weather First forecast. Tracy Henson is hard at work in the Weather Center for us. Tracy, what are you seeing out there?
Well, Brent, we're seeing some snowfall out there, and we knew it was coming. We've had this on our radar now for some time, but it came through. It started off in the Dakotas this morning and is moving by very fast. That's why we call it a clipper system. It'll just clip us on its way out to its next destination. Most of that heavier snowfall is concentrated right around the Springfield area right now. That's right along that rain-snow line. That's usually where you get your heaviest accumulations. We are just dealing with some lighter snow for right now, and if you haven't looked out your window, you probably have missed some of that snowfall. So take a look outside right now. There's where that snow is. You can see over St. Louis, we do have a little bit less so in Gasconade counties, Franklin and Washington. Now let's go ahead and track this out together here. So we have that snowfall now. It will intensify a little bit kind of as that front gets a bit stronger. It comes across the Mississippi River, gains a little bit of moisture there. About 1 in the morning, that's when that'll be. Here's 236. You can see that continuing to make its way out. We get a little bit left over, kind of that second hurrah that we sometimes get from these systems. That will come through later on in the day. Look at about 5 o'clock. That is there we had a little bit of snowfall, and then we're drier as we head into the afternoon. As far as snow totals go, not a whole lot, about trace to 1/2 inch for most areas. Some spots will pick up about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. That'll be in that top eastern corner of our coverage area. Tomorrow, here's what we're looking at. We're going to have snowfall with us until about 4 p.m. It will be light, though. We're looking at just a few flurries here and there. Temperatures tomorrow, overcast, but we're going to keep it in the 30s, so we're still holding on to some of that warmer weather for us. Here's your St. Louis 7-day forecast, and we are in a Weather First weather alert day for this light snow tomorrow. It could certainly be a nuisance for us just because we have, and it's after 11 o'clock at night, which is why all those days are a day ahead, but you could just ignore that. Pretend Tuesday is Monday. All right, that happens to us sometimes on this evening shift after football. 33 degrees for us on Tuesday, so remember, this is all pushed up a day. This is Tuesday, this is Wednesday. By Wednesday, we are looking at 48 degrees. We do bring in some rainfall, and I talk about this all the time, especially if you watch us on weekend mornings. The winds have changed, so our temperatures are warming up. We're going to have strong wind gusts to go along with that just because it's such a drastic change for us. We go from the 30s, we bump it into the 60s. By New Year's, we are looking at some showers that'll come overnight Saturday into Sunday for New Year's Day. 52 degrees on Monday. Early morning and overnights are warming up right along with it. Brent.
Again, we want to stress tomorrow we're expecting light snow.
Light snow being the key word, but we could definitely still have problems on our interstates, overpasses, that type of thing. But the good news is a lot of people have the day off, so we should see less traffic on the roads.
Tracy Henson for us. Thank you much. Well, coming up, Congress has passed a $1.7 trillion spending bill. But what's in it? Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, breaks down the numbers. Coming up. Now that Congress has passed that $1.7 trillion spending bill, what's in it for you? Political editor Mark Maxwell spent Christmas unwrapping what's inside.
Coming in at $1.7 trillion and more than 4,100 pages, the new federal spending bill might just give Santa's list a run for its money, both in cost and in length. But our gift to you, we went through it and read it so you don't have to.
On this vote, the yeas are 225.
Just before going home for the holidays, Congress sent this $1.7 trillion spending bill to President Biden's desk.
The motion is adopted.
It funds the government, delivers $45 billion in aid to Ukraine's military, and raises federal spending about 10% on the military and about 6% on domestic programs. Tucked away inside the pages, $1 million to connect St. Louis Housing Authority residents with public Wi-Fi, $685,000 to improve the city's 911 dispatch system, $750,000 to upgrade the Urban League Plaza, and $2.4 million to help vulnerable teens living at Covenant House, Missouri, to escape homelessness or trafficking. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley voted against the plan, while Senators Roy Blunt, Tammy Duckworth, and Dick Durbin voted for it. The omnibus sends $9 million to fix and upgrade sewer systems in Cahokia Heights and Belleville, $1 million on a United Auto Workers job training program, $500,000 to control flooding at Horseshoe Lake State Park, and $2.5 million to design upgrades to a 66-year-old outdated refueling hangar facility at Scott Air Force Base. Illinois Republicans Adam Kinzinger and Rodney Davis voted along with Missouri Democrat Cori Bush to approve the spending plan, while Republicans Ann Wagner, Mike Bost, and Mary Miller voted no. Oh, and there's more. Congress sent $214 million to help rebuild public transportation systems impacted in recent natural disasters, like those floods that just hammered this region over the summer. Reporting in St. Louis, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
Great work, Mark. That spending bill also includes $1.7 million to repair chronic flooding problems that are contaminating drinking water in Centerville. It also includes $250,000 to help fund career and technical education programs in St. Louis public schools. When we come back, how a Buffalo, New York fire department saved Christmas for a family stranded in severe weather. A Christmas to be remembered. Yeah, I mean,
love that.
That's what first responders do. They're our heroes, right?
They really are, especially in that circumstance.
Absolutely.
All right, well, hopefully we don't need any first responders with the weather that we're about to have, because we are looking at some snowfall outside right now that is going to make for slick conditions, so take it slow on the roads if you have to be out tonight and tomorrow morning, and then we'll have that second round of snow come in later on in the day. Right now, our heaviest snowfall is falling east of the Mississippi.
All right, we'll keep our eye on it. Thank you. And thank you for joining us. Again, Merry Christmas and have a great night. Here's Sports Plus.